first met, huh?
Yep.
It's not conjuring up any unpleasant memories, is it? I was being attacked by Frank Yeager.
Yeah, I remember.
If you hadn't shown up when you did, gives me the shivers just thinking about it. Snake, you saved my life.
Your hands off. Naomi hated them for what they did to Frank's body. But it was me that crippled him in the first place. She must have hated me too.
We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again until you kill him?
I'd rather not. But maybe that's what he wants.
You protected me.
I'll always be with you.
It's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
Make me feel alive again. Hand-to-hand is the basis of all conflict. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon. Hurt me more!
You used Frank Yeager to kill Dr. Clark.
I'm already a demon. It's a ghost.
Tell her that I was the one who did it!
Nothing. No joy, no sorrow, no hatred, no memory. When I wake up from the darkness, all I see are the bodies of men I've killed, lying in front of me. My memory is riddled with corpses.
4 years ago, in Mozambique. There was a child soldier fighting with a guerrilla group in the struggle for independence.
I fought wars in Afghanistan, Mozambique, Eritrea, and Chad. Among the Mujahideen guerrillas, I was known and feared as Shalashaska.
It was 4 years ago, in Mozambique.
I fought wars in Afghanistan, Mozambique.
Can't you even die right?
There was a child soldier fighting with a guerrilla group in the struggle for independence.
Mujahideen guerrillas.
He killed dozens of government soldiers with just a single knife. He'd throw the enemy off guard with the innocent frankness of a young boy. Then he'd prey on them with the cold cruelty of a hunter. He spoke a little German, so his enemies called him Frank Jaeger, the Frank Hunter.
What about Hitler?
When he was a young boy, he lost his native language. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him.
I had nothing.
V has come to.
Please try to relax.
There is plenty of time.
I remember now, Big Boss. Even then, you were the one who stopped me. I was raised by adults to be a tool of war. But you defeated me. Watched over me.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have been safe at the rehab facility. I had no idea they'd subject you to this.
What about Hitler?
You've been in a coma for quite some time.
When I wake up from the darkness, all I see are the bodies of men I've killed, lying in front of me.
I'm already a demon.
My memory is riddled with corpses.
I was the one who did it!
It was 4 years ago, in Mozambique. There was a child soldier fighting with a guerrilla group in the struggle for independence.
I fought wars in Afghanistan, Mozambique, Eritrea, and Chad. Among the Mujahideen guerrillas, I was known and feared as Shalashaska.
Camouflage! Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again. Who are you?
To it?
My hand!
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have been safe at the rehab facility. I had no idea they'd subject you to this. It had to be the Philosophers.
It's okay, Big Boss. You're always there to save me. You help me fill the void inside.
Let's get going. It's time to blow this place.
Don't you die on me, damn it!
He is robbing!
Intubate, now! Cardiac arrest, he's in VFib!
Big boss, you're always there to save me. You help me fill the void inside.
How's he doing?
Big Boss's most trusted lieutenant.
What about Hampton?
Everything was stolen from him.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes. But not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
Okay, have time to go.
What happened to the woman?
The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Who are you?
Who am I? I've been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael. Been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael.
took the apple from the snake and was cast out of Eden.
He'd throw the enemy off guard with the innocent frankness of a young boy, and he'd prey on them with the cold cruelty of a hunter. His enemies called him Frank Yeager, the Frank Hunter.
Call me Ishmael.
There was a child soldier fighting with a guerrilla group in the struggle for independence.
Call me Ishmael.
Metal Gear Rex, the code name for the new Metal Gear prototype.
V has come to.
What about him?
Please try to relax. There is plenty of time.
Even our faces will be irrelevant.
the bastard who killed your comrades!
You're not gonna believe it. I found the answer. All those years, I should have seen it. There's more. I'll tell you when I get home.
What's happening? Where am I? What's happening?
On your feet, soldier. The whole place is coming down.
Where am I? Oh, horrible! What kind of place is this? Diagnosis crazy. You're alive. Am I going mad?
Listen. It the cries of the children.
Fire's gonna spread!
You're not gonna believe it. I found the answer. All those years, I should have seen it. There's more. I'll tell you when I get home.
What the? Please try to relax. There is plenty of time. I need to tell you something.
The answer. All those years, I should have seen it. There's more. I'll tell you when I get home.
It is so dark. Oh, my home. Once bright tower, what has become of you?
You're alive. Am I going mad?
Listen. Hear the cries of the children. The innocent are dying, and you only think of yourself. Can you not see the light of heaven has dimmed?
What can I do?
Seek the truth.
Going mad?
My spirit has been so dry. I do not know you, sir, but I thank you. What is your greatest wish?
I wish that I could see my sister again.
Max? Sarah would like to see you now.
wandering again. You know you can't come in here.
We've
been through this before. If you ever want to get better, you have to let me help you. I know all this must be confusing to you, even frightening.
Please try to
But this
relax.
work is going to help so many
There's
people.
plenty of time.
Sick people. People with no hope.
No!
What about now? You're going to hurt yourself. Those straps can hold a man twice your strength.
I need to tell you something.
You're going to hurt yourself. Those straps can hold a man twice your strength.
Wearing this harness, perhaps they'll think I'm one of them. It's worth a try.
ID confirmed. Drone Guard class, Sector 7. Proceed.
V has come to.
Statue of an Aztec warrior. It looks almost lifelike.
Spirits, you have arrived. I thought your arrival to be merely a vision, but here you stand. Olmec, the holy warrior. Praise the gods.
Still your tongue, old crone. I asked your station. What is it?
Those 9 years behind you. And return as Big Boss.
With each change, I changed too. Rules to control the subconscious.
To come home, didn't you?
Yes, I wanted to.
Well, then that's that. Hush now, Max. When you fell down the chimney, you bumped your head, and now you're a little confused, that's all.
My head hurts. I remember hitting it.
That's right, dear. You hit your head on the chimney. Now don't give it another thought. I'll take care of you.
Chimney? No, I hit it. No, I hit it on. In my car?
No, of course not, dear. You just bumped.
Yes, my car. I was driving and the brakes.
But Max, we've been waiting for you for so long. Don't leave now.
Your tenacity is quite remarkable, you know. Your doctor tells me that you should have died in the car wreck. I wish things could have worked out differently, Max, but they didn't. You leave me little choice, old friend. Did you honestly expect me to sit by while you went public with your cure? No. I've worked much, much too hard to allow that. I guess this is goodbye, Max. I'm truly sorry it had to end like this. Farewell.
You failed everyone. As I've told you countless times before, Max, you've always been your own worst enemy.
Have to get through those columns. The real world lies beyond. This thing won't let me pass. What am I supposed to do?
Seek the truth.
your child.
I'm back. It's over.
Come on!
How's he doing?
Well, he's stabilized, but it took too long. He's in a coma.
What about him? What about him?
Now, as we go through the trailer, there's an interesting moment at the beginning where you see what seems like three people on the bed, because it feels like you're seeing from someone's perspective, And then at the end there's a line, well, what about him? And you cut out. Who is that third character that we're seeing from his perspective at the beginning? Is that a new character or someone that we know from the Metal Gear universe?
That's actually me. That's Hideo Kojima. So, in a way, I'm a phantom as well, and I'm looking at Snake and Kaz, and as an old game designer, I'm looking at my creations, and they're wondering, hey, are you dead? But I'm still there.
Treat us like a damn fiddle!
Who is that third character that we're seeing from his perspective at the beginning? Is that a new character or someone that we know from the Metal Gear universe? Who is that third character that we're seeing from his perspective at the beginning?
What about him?
Is that a new character or someone that we know from the Metal Gear universe?
Up to this point, our presentation has focused on the digital or technical aspects of game creation, but I'd like to shift gears a bit and turn our focus back to the analog or real world.
Come back! Mitch, here's the dog you brought back. Bit of a troublemaker. Not sure about the breed, though. He'll get bigger? Uh-huh. Like this. You know, I can look after him. He's still a pup, so he doesn't listen. I have a feeling someday he'll be useful. I suspect you've discovered a real diamond in the rough. With a little polish, I'd say we got a true diamond dog on our hands.
DD, right? Hostile at raising hounds. Fine.
Dee stay.
Dee.
Fully trained and ready for action. The rest is up to you. Dee, go!
Hostile at raising hounds.
going with you.
It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again. Who are you? Can't you even die right?
Boss, what about that ninja?
He's killed 12 men. Whoever he is, he's some kind of lunatic.
Bastard took my hand. How could he have gotten in here?
Can't you even die right? Can't you even die right?
Boss, what about that ninja?
He's killed 12 men. Whoever he is, he's some kind of lunatic.
Bastard took my hand. How could he have gotten in here?
Can't you even die right?
Boss, what about that ninja?
Whoever he is, he's some kind of lunatic.
Bastard took my hand.
Zero transformed Big Boss into an icon, neither living nor dead.
Sounds almost like a religion.
Naturally, Ocelot and I plan to free him from Zero's prison. We enlisted Naomi Hunter, an authority in the field of nanomachine research, into our organization. And we used Frank Yeager to kill Dr. Clark. Ocelot tortured the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, also known as Sigint, to death, and made it look like an accident.
The Shadow Moses incident.
With Paramedic and Sigint dead, Zero was the only one left.
My hand! Can't you even die right?
Getting used
next to it.
I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Ha! Love? It's hate. His choosing me, knowingly, to be the inferior one? For this, I want revenge! You don't even understand this! You, who could kill your own real father!
Les enfants terribles.
Take this!
Zero called it.
I never thought of you as a son. But I've always respected you as a soldier.
You stole my chance for revenge.
As a man.
It's hate. His choosing me, knowingly, to be the inferior one? For this, I want revenge!
Hurry! Get away!
Gray Fox!
A name from long ago.
He destroyed the radome. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you.
Snake, that's not Master Miller. Campbell, you're too late. Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. You've been talking to me, dear brother. Liquid, how the... You served your purpose. You may die now.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man. Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
I need scissors. 61.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. That was not the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself.
I'm the only one left, and soon I'll be gone too. How can you still be alive? That body, liquid burned on the Volta, wasn't mine. That was the body of a clone. Solidus. Stopped us. Stopped you. Why would I want to do that? This is just as I'd hoped things would end. Back before Father's time, before Zero gave birth to the Patriots, the US, China, and the Soviet Union formed a secret pact. The organization they created was called the Philosophers. Through 2 world wars, it spread its roots and extended its reach. After that, the Philosophers splintered, and factions began to squabble over the fortune they'd amassed. They called it the Philosopher's Legacy, a massive cache of funds that would later provide the foundation for Zero's Patriots. Zero sought to use his riches to achieve world domination. Our father, Big Boss, sought to free himself from that chokehold.
His dream was to create an army of free citizens, one that answered to no government. Outer heaven. But he failed because of you. 9 years ago, I tried to free us from the control of our genes. 4 years later, our dear brother Solidus sought to free us from the control of the Patriots' means. All of it, was nothing more than a process of trial and error, the end result of which is Outer Haven. To be free from sons of the Patriots, the ultimate form of external control imposed on the Patriot soldiers.
Kofudai, Tokiwadai, Yokin Gucci. Earth more!
Kept you waiting, huh?
I'll stop it from moving!
What about him?
Where are you looking?
The man with the same code name as Null. Zero.
I myself was once known as O.
And that's where Zero comes from.
Precisely. In another sense, though, it signifies a ghost, one whose true identity must remain a mystery.
I must thank you for all your help. When they saw the trajectory data for Metal Gear, they knew that this was no bluff. The CIA must be in a state of total panic about now. All part of your plan, I presume. Tell me something, though. You couldn't possibly have obtained the data on your own, could you? There must be someone backing you. Who is it? Never mind. I've got a fairly good idea who it is. The man with the same code name as Null. Until then, my friend, Ocelot. With the same code name as Null.
He spoke a little German, so his enemies called him Frank Jaeger. Major.
Yes?
I was just wondering, why do they call you Zero?
What do you mean?
We go back a long ways, but I just realized I never asked you why you're called Zero.
You want to know where it comes from?
Yeah, if that's all right.
That's a bit nostalgic, really.
Nostalgic?
The first British intelligence outfit was established in 1909. The head of the Foreign Intelligence Division was a man named Mansfield George Smith Cumming. He was referred to simply as C after the first letter of his last name. Since then, out of respect for Cumming, the heads of the SIS have traditionally taken the name of C.
And James Bond's boss is called M.
That's right. I myself was once known as O.
And that's where Zero comes from?
Precisely. In another sense, though, it signifies a ghost, one whose true identity must remain a mystery. It signifies a ghost.
It's a ghost.
One whose true identity must remain a mystery.
Who are you? Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
One whose true identity must remain a mystery.
Who are you anyway? Safe at the rehab facility. I had no idea they'd subject you to this. It had to be the Philosophers.
Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise Men's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the Philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me.
The Philosopher's Legacy. This microfilm contains all the information regarding the legacy. You might say that this film itself is the Philosopher's Legacy.
The CIA must be in a state of total panic about now. All part of your plan, I presume.
What Zero wanted was an orderly world, one governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars, and his words influenced decision-making all the way up to the Oval Office. As the world saw the rise of digital technology, IT, the internet, and genetics, the Patriots' power grew immense. Their roots spread and took hold throughout the globe. In time, they began to dictate the fate of entire nations from the shadows. And before we knew it, the Patriots, the proud police of the world, started bringing an entire planet under their control.
And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
Boss, you have to shoot me.
I can't.
Shoot me. You want to finish your mission, don't you? Then you'll have to shoot me. The spirit of the warrior will always be with you. Don't be sad. We'll meet again someday.
What about him and the boss? What was the story between them?
I don't know the details. Why don't we ask Sigurd?
Yo, I finished checking up on this Sorrow guy a while ago. Thought you guys already knew, though.
Knew what?
That he's dead. He's been dead for 2 years now.
Died 2 years ago?
At Selino-Yarsk. You know, those cliffs you were at. And the boss is the one who did him in.
The boss?
Yep. 2 years ago, the boss was sent by the CIA on a secret mission to Selino-Yarsk. That's when she met the Sorrow, who'd gone back to the Soviet Union after the Cobras broke up at the end of the war. Except this time they were enemies.
And then what?
The boss killed the Sorrow herself and accomplished her mission. At least, that's what the records say.
Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all.
Aren't the Ocelots an elite unit?
Yeah.
So how'd he get to be their commander? He can't be any older than 18 or 19. I can't believe he's already a major.
I heard from the colonel that he's been given special treatment.
Special treatment?
Yeah, he's the son of some legendary hero or something.
No wonder he seems to have the right stuff. So who is this legendary hero anyway?
Beats me. The colonel never told me. All I heard was that his mother was supposedly shot in the gut during battle, and that he was born right there with bullets whizzing past them.
A pregnant woman in the middle of a battle?
That's what I heard. They say that when they stitched her up, the scar was shaped like a snake.
Well, that's battlefield medicine for you. What about his father, this legendary hero?
He didn't tell me. I don't think Ocelot's ever met his parents.
Are they dead?
Maybe, I don't know. There were a lot of MIAs back then, during the last days of the war. Ocelot probably would have ended up the same way. But he was taken in and raised by Gru and Volgan.
Because he was special.
That's my guess.
A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have been safe at the rehab facility. I had no idea they'd subject you to this. It had to be the philosophers.
By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever.
Don't do this! They'll know!
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you? This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family! I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation. Colonel, who are you? No more questions. We have Rosemary. What do you mean by that? Over and out.
He's your father.
As far as I'm concerned, we're still uncle and niece. I will never forgive that womanizing piece of shit.
Meryl.
He, remarried.
Really?
His new wife's about my age. I hear she's even got a kid. It's as if he's given up on making up with his own daughter.
He's yours.
I don't have any kids.
He's your son.
You said miscarriage.
I lied. I had a healthy baby boy. Roy pretended to be my husband, to protect me and our son. Only until you completed your mission, to shield us from Patriot eyes.
What?
He didn't even tell Meryl. He sacrificed everything, even his family, to protect us.
I don't believe it.
I'm sorry, Jack. I wanted to tell you.
All part of your plan, I presume.
Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending.
We'll be hunted. They're gonna come knocking real soon. There's no turning back now.
Don't you die on me, damn it! He's dropping! Intubate, now! Cardiac arrest, he's in VFib!
2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the Philosophers. Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it.
Boss, you have to shoot me.
I can't.
Shoot me. You want to finish your mission, don't you? You'll have to shoot me.
There's only room for one boss and one snake.
The spirit of the warrior will always be with you.
You're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one.
The Sorrow gave his life for me. One must live, and one must die.
It's the way I fly to you.
One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny.
I don't have any family. No. Wait. There was a man who said he was my father.
Where is he?
Dead. By my own hand. Big Boss.
What? Big Boss? I had no idea.
There was no way you could. It happened in Zanzibar 6 years ago. Only Snake and I know the real truth of what happened there.
So, is it true? Was Big Boss really your father?
That's what he said. That's all I know.
And you were able to kill him, knowing that?
Yup.
How?
He wanted it. Besides, some people just need killing.
That's patricide.
Yup. That's the trauma that Mantis was talking about. The one we share in common.
Is that why you left Foxhound?
Let's just say that I needed to be alone for a while, and Alaska was the perfect place.
They did it again. Oh, they used you to kill me. Oh, the Patriots. No, they're proxies. In order to bury us. They did it again. In the end, they're no more than a program. Oh, all they can do is repeat the same pattern over and over again.
He believed that was what the boss wanted, and the rest of the Patriots followed his lead.
The boss?
The boss was a legendary hero from the Second World War, known as the Mother of Special Forces. She had an almost overwhelming charisma about her. The CIA feared this, so they had her eliminated. If she had survived, the world of the 21st century might have been a very different place. We were all influenced by the boss's will. It was what drove us to create this organization, to be closer to that spirit. Zero decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So we turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else. It was Big Boss, the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. But Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero and Big Boss. Determined to oppose Zero and his plans, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots. He left the States, created his own mercenary company, and drifted around the world. Zero decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So we turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else. It was Big Boss, the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero and Big Boss. Determined to oppose Zero and his plans, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots. He left the States, created his own mercenary company, and drifted around the world.
V has come to.
Drugs not working.
V has come to.
Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
Even our faces will be irrelevant.
I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground.
The sun's never died. Can't watch the blood on my hands. Let the world feel us all. It's just means to an end. Our salvation lies beyond the truth. Let me
This man was the source of it all. And he doesn't even realize it. He's completely unaware of the fact that he led the world to the brink of ruin. Even the mighty Patriots began with a single man. That one man's desires grew huge, bloated, absorbed technology, began to manipulate the economy. We realized too late that we had created a beast. We had helped turn 0 into 100. His sin was ours. And for that reason, I'm taking it upon myself to send 0 back to nothing.
Stop her. No, I can't. Why? Because I'm the one who killed her parents. And couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. But every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
Have you ever seen Frankenstein?
No.
The scientist, Dr. Frankenstein, succeeds in creating a human being out of dead body parts. But his creation escapes from the laboratory and heads down to the nearby town. The creature is physically strong, but mentally he's like an innocent child. So his emotions drive him to kill people, and he doesn't even understand what he's doing. The scene where he's playing with flowers with a little girl by the side of a lake sent chills down my spine.
He picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me.
The scene where he's playing with flowers with a little girl by the side of a lake sent chills down my spine.
I will always be with you.
I may no longer be able to understand, but I still can. This equal to 3.25467369888 minutes of our lives. All that's left is my life.
With the same code name as Null.
My mission was to support a certain agent. That agent later became Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Snake?
Yes, Naked Snake. That was his code name at the time. A name he would give to you, his son. The commander of this mission was a man called Zero, the head of Special Forces Unit Fox.
I'll stop it from moving!
Fox!
After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle. Neither truly alive, nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light.
Zero recovered their bodies. Frank Yeager's entire body was reconstructed through surgery, and he was reborn as the cyborg ninja.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake! Are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
Destroyed the radar.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
You're the spitting image of Big Boss.
Is that so? Perhaps I should be grateful to this kid for that.
With the same codename as Null.
Chases the winner.
was fun. Till we meet again, John.